What's going on? Let me see. Make sure. All right, What's going on, bro?
Man, you already know, man. Hey, excited to be back on the Raw Report, man. You already know how we do.
Man, why my camera looking all look? You know what I'm saying? There we go. Give me
Yeah, I was
some.
just gonna say, man, you might want
Hey,
to wipe
get me out here, blurry. Yeah, man, it's another day,
their
man.
lenses up, man, so they can see your dashing good looks.
Oh no, bro, I done got old, man. Look, I still pull a couple if I wanted to, but that ain't on that. Talk to me, man. Talk to me about your Pacers, man. It wasn't
Hey,
in five, but
I,
it was in
I
six.
know this is the Raw Report, and we don't exactly focus on sports anymore, man.
What
But
you mean? We
I
talking about
had to,
everything,
I
bro.
had to pull it out.
No, he didn't.
I had to pull it out for the Raw Report. I had to pull it out. Take a look. Knicks. Reggie Miller, the Nick Killer, has retired, but now we got Halliburton out there hurting him. Come on, man.
But check this out, bro. Talk to me. Why did Knicks fire Thibodeau? That was the best
Listen,
Knicks squad they done had in forever.
listen. Hey, I knew Tim was gonna get fired after that first loss.
Why?
It's his inability to change. Thibodeau has been
Change
the
what though?
same.
They was balling.
Bro, they balling, but he ran Derrick Rose into the ground. Everywhere he goes, he man, you got to play more than six fucking players. Excuse my language, but man, it has been his MO as a coach. Players have been hurt around him, and what's crazy is the players love him, but he runs them into the ground. No good player wants to come off the floor, and he obliges that. He got on board late in the series, played a couple more guys. They were a little bit more successful, but the train was already pacing, baby.
Ah man, I know you ecstatic right now, bro.
And I'm ecstatic, man. You just for history's sake, this the world don't know this, but you and I know this. Do you know where I was the last time the Pacers were in the finals?
What was you at? Oh, Denver.
Sleeping on your couch in Denver, Colorado, baby.
Oh wow.
So, so
Don't
hey,
go there, man. Don't go there.
25 years later, baby, my Pacers are back in the finals, man. And boy, oh boy, am I excited. Boy, oh boy.
Hey, yeah, that was in those ages like that. Wow.
Yeah, I didn't mean to date us, but you know what I mean?
Bro, we've been around. Talk to me. So what we got? What can I expect from the Pacers against the Thunder? Because
Again,
that's
I
the
told
series you
now,
said you was worried
again,
about.
I know we got some raw report warriors. I told you guys the last time that the key was gonna be our 3-point guards against Brunson. Remember we had that
Right, that
discussion?
was the Knicks, though. That's about the
That was
Knicks.
the Knicks.
Okay.
Now, I got it. The key to this matchup for the Pacers to get a win. Now, the only team that had me a little concerned all year long was the Oklahoma City Thunder. I knew we were going back to the conference finals. I thought we were going to play Boston, but hey, Tatum got hurt. Listen, I hope the kid gets well, but hey, somebody got to go to the finals, right? Um, Shea Gilchrist Alexander is a beast. He's a monster. Their starting five is crazy. Their bench is deep. They're probably the only team in the league whose bench is as deep as the Pacers. All those things cause me concern, right? But
But
the
I know it's a but.
matchup,
It got to be a but. I know
yeah,
it.
it got to be a but. The matchup that I'm going to be looking at is going to be Nimhard guarding Shea Gilchrist Alexander. Now, to give you guys a little
That's not
context,
even a matchup.
that is the matchup. Hey,
Nembhard, he got D.
he got D, bruh. You ain't
What's
see him
gonna
shut
do?
Brunson down. That's when we took Nate Smith off Brunson and put Nimhard on it. That was the end. That's how we closed the door.
Yeah, but Brunson ain't no. I mean, yeah, Brunson ain't no.
Brunson ain't Gilchrist Alexander, but
Yeah, he ain't
hey,
Shea.
do you know that Gilchrist Alexander and Nimhard have been playing against each other since they were 9 years old?
Oh, so they got some. Oh, this go back.
Bro, this goes back. This is first off, give a shout out to Canada and Canadian basketball. Shout out to Steve Nash, who single-handedly put Canadian basketball on the map. But you got 4 Canadian players playing in this finals. G, did you know that?
What for? I know Shane.
Shea, Nimhard, Luke, Gilchrist Alexander, and Benedict McThernan. And I'm talking about
Shay
four
and
rotations.
Shay and Gilchrist is the same person.
Yeah, Shea Gilchrist, Lou Dort
Mm-hmm.
from OKC.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and Nimhard and Benedict McThernan from the
Okay.
Pacers.
Wow.
Now, Nimhard and Shea have been battling since they were kids, grew up in the same area. Can you imagine what type of area was that in Canada that had what's the kid? Alexander
Walker or something, right?
cousin, right? Alexander Walker. You got Nicole Alexander Walker, Shea Gilchrist Alexander, and Andrew Nimhard playing in the same youth league. My goodness.
Right.
My goodness. What type of youth league was that? But that's going to be the matchup for me. Nimhard versus Shea is going to be the dictator. Then we can slide Nate, and we can put Naismith on Williams. Naismith is big enough to keep Williams away from the rim. That's going to be key. And then the key for OKC is, can Chet Holmgren hold Siakam? Siakam is the only champion on the floor. He's the only guy on the floor that knows how to win a final.
But that's a bad matchup for Chet.
That's the bad matchup for Chet. Absolutely. Because that fadeaway, Siakam's fadeaway is lethal. And
Yeah, but
Chet's
Chet
not
don't
going to
know
be
to
stopped.
block it. But
He's not going to the rim, right? He's not going to get opportunities to block his shot. And then Siakam's three is good enough to pull Chet away from the basket. And on the other end, Siakam can guard Chet at the three-point line or
who
down
y'all
low.
got for Jalen Williams?
Naismith, Aaron Naismith. Come on, man. One of the best wing defenders in the league. You know I'm big on the wing defenders.
Damn, you
Nate,
know.
hey, listen. He got lit up by Spider Mitchell, but we still won that series. Spider is just that dude, right?
Ask you this. How does the Pacers fare against OKC in the regular season? Because I know you know.
Oh, you know I do. 2-0. They lost. They lost both games. The best game, but again, the beginning of the season, we were bad, right? And again, I'm not going to speak on nobody's business, but my man Halliburton was running around with three women at a time. Had three women getting out the limousine. He was riding that gold medal hangover. He kept those three with him for about 3 months, and he started the season drained, literally, right? And we
You
were
ain't
we
put
were.
nobody business in the street.
I ain't put nobody business in the
Okay,
street. I'm
man.
just
Okay,
saying.
okay. You know, hey.
Hey, I'm just speaking truth. And
Okay.
so the Pacers weren't great early. Now the game of the year, and you depend on who you ask, was the Pacers in Oklahoma City on December 26th. Both teams were upset that they were jaded and didn't get to play a Christmas game. How did the Pacers, go to the Eastern Conference Finals and not play a Christmas game? How do you have the best player goes on to be the MVP in the league, Shea, not in the Christmas game? So both of those teams were jaded. They played a hell of a game in Indianapolis. Indianapolis led most of the game. OKC came back and beat them late by 6.
I
Okay, now
seen
I'm
that.
saying all that to say that was closer to what we're going to get in this series. It's going to be up and down. It's going to be high scoring. I don't think either team can hold either team, and both of them are great defensive teams.
Something got to give though.
Something got to give, big bro. It's gonna be a great series, and again, I'm hoping it's not like the series against Boston last year. That was a great skill. We got swept, but we got swept by 7 points, 8 points. You know what I'm saying? Like 2 games by one by 3, and one by 2. Like every game is gonna be close. It's gonna be a back and forth, a
Hey, hold on,
knockdown.
hold on, hold on. Y'all got swept.
We got swept by Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Okay, last year. Okay, so this was the next step for them to get to the
It
finals.
was, and that's what I've been saying to people. I done made a little money on these people who don't know the
Man,
Indiana
I bet
Pacers.
you probably cleaned up because ain't nobody betting with the
I'm,
Pacers.
I'm just saying, bro. Everybody thought they was getting over on me too. You know what I'm saying?
You out here just dogging them, just taking
Oh,
all everybody's money.
oh man, come on, man.
It's,
Cavs fans, I got the Cavs fans the worst, I think. You know what I'm saying? Got a
That's
flu I'm
funny.
floating around. But no, man, the Pacers are not going out of a series easy. If you look back at their last 6 series, they've either won or they gave it a hell of a battle against Boston. So it's going to be tough. When you talk about OKC, again, a heck of a team. They got their butts kicked in the semifinals last year, but they've come back this year with a vengeance. They're a better team. I'm telling you, the thing that scares me the most about that team is they like playing together. G. They. I'm gonna tell you, when you watch their interviews after the game, I don't know if you've noticed, they all hang around while somebody's being interviewed. They all stand there.
Yeah. I know. I have noticed that.
When I started seeing that, I was like, oh. You know what I'm saying? Uh-oh.
But you
Right?
know what? I seen KG and Paul Pierce talking about it, and they were spot on when they said uh the young boys, which is to go back to what you're talking about them standing on the sideline. The young boys basically shut this door on the LeBrons and the Steph and them. Like, nah, thank you all fellas, but we about to take this in another direction. Because
Yeah,
what you just said, what happens with the Pacers is OKC them doing the same thing.
absolutely. You're looking at two teams that want to play together. Hey, first off, we kind of alluded to this last time, and I hate to keep going back in time, but these are the only two teams in the league that's playing 10 guys, 10,
Man,
11 guys
you
in the
already know. I've
finals.
been saying that since I've been coaching. I'm like, bruh, give me 10. I need 10 because I need to
Common
be able to
knowledge
put all
in the
five.
NBA is you only play 7, 8 in the finals.
I don't like that.
These two teams, they they're on the trending end. People are gonna start doing what they're doing. They
I
play
hope
10
so.
guys, man.
That'll bring basketball back.
They play 10 guys and they play 10 guys, right? And this has been all year long. Rick Carlisle is a championship coach. I think that's the edge we got,
You know what
right?
I like about Rick Carlisle? Rick Carlisle is not afraid to adjust.
Nope. Nope,
You know
nope,
what I mean?
nope,
A
nope.
lot of these coaches, like you say, Thibodeau, they got their style and that's it. But Carlisle has changed. I'm talking about. I could think back to when he was at Texas. He, depending on the players that he had, he would change.
Yeah. I mean, again, when he was in Dallas,
I'm
you
talking
know,
about before the NBA. Remember, I don't know if you remember. He was back in the day. He used to be Tennessee. Was it Tennessee? No, he was Texas coach before he got to the NBA.
wow. I didn't remember that. I just remember Larry Bird bringing him on as coach when Larry Bird stepped down after he fired Isaiah Thomas,
Mm-hmm.
right? When he was still a GM, brought him to Indiana. He had success in Indiana. For whatever reason, we decided he wasn't a coach. He goes down to Dallas and wins the damn championship.
But he came back, so it wasn't that
Yeah.
bad.
No, it wasn't that bad of an experience, and now he's back. And the one thing that I can say about him, if you think about that Dallas team, he called the play every time down the floor.
Mm-hmm.
With this Pacers team, he don't never call a play. So
You don't got to though,
that's
because
just what you're saying. No, it's just what you're saying. He's adapted,
that's what I'm saying. But Halliburton got that thing on lock.
man.
I ain't gonna say Halliburton. Them three guards.
I was just gonna say,
Yeah, see,
man, you can't, and I think that's part of the reason why Hallie didn't win the MVP. I know he was a little bit disappointed. You could see it on his face, though he didn't say it, that he didn't win the conference finals MVP, the Larry Bird Award. But he didn't win it, bruh, because you can't have two games with single digit scoring. He had an 8-point game and a 4-point game.
but I was gonna say Siakam was steady through the whole thing. So
He had 3 30-point games.
yeah, like what you
You,
gonna do?
you see what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
had 3 30-point games. And look, and if you want to have some retribution, go play well in the finals, win the championship, get the finals MVP. But now Halliburton had one of the greatest games I've ever seen in my life. I text you to that 35, 15, and 12 with no turnovers. Oh my goodness, that might be one of
Man,
the greatest stat
I
lines
like
ever.
dude though. Hold up, please don't take this what I'm saying is wrong. I like dude. I like his game, but he just seemed like he in the league, so he got that. He must have good handle on that ball, but it just seems like he can't dribble.
Hey G, you want me to tell you something? When I tell you this, you ain't gonna be able to stop laughing.
What?
I saw some on some social media. I'm not too big on the social media, but They said Halliburton looks like Steve Urkel when he had that one game.
I mean, bro, bro. But he be he be having so good control of that thing. But
Man,
it looks
he,
so ugly. It's
bro,
like,
he
bro, is he
handles
really dribbling
that
that?
rock. He handles that rock. Sometimes he overpasses, sometimes he overshoots. But I'll tell you what, every time he shows up, Tyrese Halliburton is my guy.
I want to know who was able to spot the talent in that unorthodox shot, unorthodox dribbling. Who was able to be like, oh, he nice?
I mean, don't. I mean, he wouldn't play ball at Iowa State now. Come on.
I didn't say he didn't, but I'm just
Yeah,
saying the dribble is unorthodox, the shot is unorthodox. So when you a scout, all this goofy scouting they be doing, all of a sudden y'all trying to tell me, no, he the one.
bro. We talk about it all the time. He wasn't necessarily one, but I mean, yeah, he had to be something because he's what the
Right.
number 12
He
pick.
had the right relationship.
Right. Sacramento picked him number 12.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They picked him number 12 or 15. Again, I don't have my computer in front of me, but they picked him either 15 or 12. So he was something coming into the league. Now, what's crazy is, and I don't want to talk about Sack too much, but Sack traded him because De'Aaron Fox was going to take over the point. They had two really good point guards, so they felt like Fox was the one, right? So you trade him, you get Sabonis, which is a key piece for them, but then Fox ends up leaving. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I'm happy they traded him. I'm happy we got him.
Well, why? Let me ask you that. Why?
Why did they trade him, or why am
Yeah.
I happy
No,
they
why
got
you
him?
happy? Why you happy?
I'm happy because he's a floor general. Again, bro, you remember back in the day, my favorite player was Isaiah Thomas. And
I
because
know.
Isaiah Thomas commanded the basketball on the court, you know what I'm saying? He could go score it if they needed him to. If not, he got his other guys to score. He didn't care if he had 10 or 35. You know what I'm saying? He showed up to play. I see, and I said this to somebody the other day, I see a lot of Isaiah Thomas and Halliburton. The game looks different, but how they command the floor
Okay, I got you.
looks the same.
True point guard. I got you.
He's a true point that
Isaiah
sacrifices his
Isaiah was
game.
short too, though.
Right.
Yeah,
He
yeah, yeah.
sacrifices parts of his game to get other people off. That's the part that reminds me of Isaiah. Isaiah could have went out and scored 25, 30 points a game.
Whenever he wanted to.
He could have. You saw him at Indiana.
Oh, he
This
was
is
nice.
where he's the Chicago guard. As
Oh
much
no,
as
he
people
was
want to
nice.
forget it because he played for the Pistons during the Michael Jordan era, Isaiah Thomas is a Chicago guard. And Chicago produced some great freaking guards. Whether you're talking about Isaiah Thomas, um, whether you're talking about who was I was just talking about Patrick Beverly, who led the league in scoring.
Derrick
I know
Rose.
that's kind of like polar.
Derrick
Um,
Rose.
Derrick Rose, come on, man, stop playing. Shit, my buddy, my good friend, who I coach with right now, Ricky Davis. You know what I'm saying?
He did play for Chicago.
Yeah, yeah. He
No,
started in Chicago, bro. He moved around because of course, he had
bro.
parents that
You
that
might
moved a
say,
little
look,
bit.
your good friend, and go back. He not from Chicago. Go ask him again.
Man, bruh,
But bro, look, I I know a little basketball. He ain't from Chicago.
he played high school ball at Iowa. I know.
Yeah, but he might. Okay. He might be from Chicago, but he played
That's what
ball
I'm
at
telling
night.
you.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that's different. I'm saying, don't come out here trying to just tell me
Hey,
almost anything.
hey, Chicago guards, man. Hey.
Okay, but you can't count that. He didn't play in Chicago.
Hey, I was running
So,
short on guards, man. I had to pull them out my pocket, man.
I was just getting ready to ask you. When you said that, when you said Chicago, made me think about if you ain't played against a Simeon or one of them, you don't know
Come
about the
on, man.
Chicago
Hell's
guard.
Franciscan.
Real
You know
Francisco.
what I'm
You remember they served was good, bro.
saying? Hey, man, I'm just
Of
saying,
course,
man. Hey,
they
if
was
you ain't
cold.
played against that type of team, man,
Yeah,
hey,
you don't know that. You think you know basketball.
you think you know basketball until you played against one of those teams, man. And
Yeah.
us
Woo.
playing against that team, man, it definitely affected my coaching style, how I deal with my son. You know what I'm saying? Son, you can't be a suburban guard. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
you
You have to.
lost. That ain't gonna get you far. As soon as you
No,
get into that
man.
one team, you might well just go sit down and quit.
No. Hey, listen. Fans out there, Raw Warriors out there, you got a kid playing basketball. Don't be afraid to play. Take them to the inner city to play.
You
You know
better.
what I'm saying?
If you
Hey, get
want to
out
get
the
that
gym
stuff.
quick after the game. Get your car, go get out of there. Ain't no need to hang around.
Right.
But
Ain't nothing to talk about.
ain't nothing to talk about to nobody. But take your kid and let them play against some people who are gonna try to bully him and push him around on the court, because that's something they're gonna need.
So give me your prediction.
Hey, I was big capping again. I ain't gonna say it wasn't capping because I was saying Pacers in five.
Only, I mean,
What I
really,
say?
they should have won
Big
Game
cat,
Five.
fat cat. Who's the Mac Pacers in five? Well, they 1-6. I'm saying right now, man. I'm calling my Pacers, but I'm saying it's gonna be a 7-game series. Pacers is 7. We're gonna steal this first game. Hey, did you know the Pacers have won every game won in the playoffs so far?
Did you know that they ain't finna win this
Shit.
one? Okay,
This, we got to get it. Hey, Rick Carlisle's my
I got
coach, man.
OKC in 6.
Man,
Hey,
I'm
look,
not.
I ain't hating on you. I want your Pacers to win.
I'm not shocked to a damn
You
bit
need one.
surprised.
You need to win. I look, but I just can't see it. You said Nimrod. We'll see. I can't see. I can't see it. I can't because I tried to see it, but I'm on. I'm have me and my son go watch every. We gotta watch every game because I got these them young boys, so I need them to see it. But I
Right.
can't see it. I can't see Shea letting up. Shea on them. Shea is on them boys.
Hey, I'm with you.
I'm just
I
saying.
told you
So
when
and I
I was doing that big capping, it wasn't cap because we won. When I was doing all that talking, I said the only team that I was concerned about
you
was
said that.
OKC. Now we
Yeah.
got the big bad wolf. Now we got it. We got to get through the big bad wolf.
I want to say, yeah. If y'all can shut them down, more power to y'all. But I don't. I can't.
We don't have to shut him down.
What you got to do? You gonna let him get his 40?
We don't have to shut him down.
Who you got
We
to
got
shut
to
down?
shut. We got to shut everybody else down. Shea is gonna be Shea. We
Okay.
can't. We can't let Jalen Williams have 30-point games.
Oh, I'm gonna say if he get 30, it's game over.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, you right.
And just like they can't let Halliburton and Siakam get 30-point games. Because we got that same type of juice. You know what I'm saying? We got that same type of juice. So they
He
gonna
on
let
my team though, and you tell me if I'm wrong, and you know it because you down, you Pacers, Bulls, all that. You know that we got. Well, I can't say we because it ain't my team, but OKC got Caruso.
Yeah.
I'm just saying for Halliburton because you know Caruso
Man.
play deep.
So first off, are you really getting on this raw report? This
I ain't talking about this game. I just talking about his
man,
defense.
you get out of here, G. I'm worried about the Dortcher chamber, man. Lou Dort. Lou Dort handles Halliburton, or he's handled him this year,
Okay.
and he hasn't had a good game against Lou Dort. Period. That's what I'm concerned with. Lou
Okay.
Dort can
But
can
see, you
take.
watch a lot of NBA. You know the NBA get boring
Yeah.
to me with the playoffs.
Oh, absolutely. You're a college guy, and
Yeah, I like
I
college.
ain't got no problem with that. But that's what I'm worried about, bro. I'm not worried about no Dan Caruso. Lou Dort, he's been able to get the best of Halliburton. So if he take Halliburton out the series, we still got two great point guards behind him. Lou Dort can't play the whole game, and so I'm not. I still think that Dort can control Halliburton, and we can still win. We just gotta. I guess I'm saying the key to the series is going to be the Naismith Jalen Williams matchup. If Naismith can keep Jalen Williams to around 15 points instead of around 25 points, Pacers win the series in 7.
All right, well we gonna see. I have you been able to catch any of the Diddy tryout stuff?
Man, I done caught all of it.
Hey,
I'm a frequent guest on the Raw Report, so I got to be well versed on what's happening.
I'm saying you ain't no guest at this point. You just you a staple.
Hey, well, look, brother, I've been watching the Diddy trial, and first off, let me start off by saying I'm not a Diddy fan.
I
Never
never
been,
was right.
never
So
been a Diddy fan.
right.
Uh,
So take what we say with a grain of salt.
yeah, no, shit. Take what we say with heavy weight, baby. but what I'm gonna say is I wasn't a fan of how he did business. I know he sought to embarrass artists at times. He's the control freak. He
Right.
might be a manipulator. He might be the all around bad person. He is not a damn sex trafficker. If that's the case, arrest everybody. I know a bunch of people, and I ain't gonna say no names, that them flew some women out to areas to have relations. You know what I'm saying? And so for him to be on traffic and flying men out too, this dude was on some weird shit. I don't, hey, shout out to the the alphabet community. I'm not uh, upset with anybody and how they live their life. You live your life how you want to live it. I'm gonna live my life how I'm gonna live mine. But the way Diddy was being portrayed in the public as a heterosexual guy, we know now he was not that for whatever reason. Now he flying men out for sex. He flying women out for sex. He paying people to pee on his
He's
girlfriend.
nasty.
He's a nasty guy.
I'm talking about just
Hey,
nasty.
G, he's a nasty guy. But
Yeah.
is he a sex trafficking racketeer? Absolutely not. Is he a,
Mm-mm.
is he guilty of probably domestic violence? Probably so. That's not what they charged him with. And so, this is going to be interesting to see how all of this played out. A key piece of evidence was the money that he paid the mother supposedly to not release the sex tape of Cassie. That $25,000. The interesting part about that $25,000, the media tells you what they want you to hear. You know that Diddy paid that $25,000 back to her, and supposedly, yes, they're not telling all of it. You got to read the fine print. You know what I'm saying? Yes, the mama,
$25,000 ain't enough money for me not to release something.
the
What's
mother
the
gave him
down payment?
25,000, and Diddy said that ain't what the money was about. You
What he
see what
say
I'm
was
saying?
about?
So he said that she gave him some money, he gave the money back. So I can't speak to it. I don't know why she would give him a loan. I'm sure he didn't need a loan. Um, so who knows where the truth lies? But yes, $25,000 was paid to Diddy, but $25,000 was given back to the mother. Now, the other things that they're gonna get Diddy on, Diddy, I can't call that man no damn Diddy. Sean Combs on is the $100,000 he paid the security guards at the hotel to give him the video of the beat down in the hallway. You know what I'm saying? It's things like that that's gonna clog up the verdict. Um, you know, but man, sex trafficking, conspiracy, racketeering, I think they went a little bit overboard, but they charged him with so many things so they could get him on something. He's probably watch, mark my words. He's gonna get convicted of something and watch time served. This time that he's been in jail is gonna loom large as he walks away, not a free man, but free from this situation.
I don't see it. I hear
You,
you.
you
I
think
don't
they're
see
gonna
it.
get him?
Oh yeah, he finna do at least he might at least 3 years. He might get pardoned when Trump about to leave office. But he finna be in there for 3 years because he nasty.
Man, hey, look. I don't know anybody that will walk around with a woman, kissing on a woman in public, and tell some other man to urinate in their mouth. Right? That's not. That is beyond my understanding. You know what I'm saying?
The
This
dude.
is your, this is your girl. But hey, to each his own. I
But I don't know, man. Like I said, it's to me, it's another Bill Cosby moment, if you ask me, R. Kelly type thing. So when they killed off Michael Jackson, they ain't had nobody else to point the finger at, so they started going after the something to keep people
uh,
focused on this while they doing that.
now you going down the rabbit hole, G. So we're gonna go down the rabbit hole. Let's jump knee deep in it. The music industry has uh, rewarded African American males and ripped them down when they don't tap dance along with the system. What a lot of people feel like Prince was murdered. Prince did not tap dance along with the system. Michael Jackson, probably one of the greatest businessmen ever from Gary, Indiana, from my hometown. He bought the masters from the Beatles,
All of
right?
them. Yeah,
He bought the masters
yeah,
for
he owned
Elvis,
all that.
and then Eminem talked crazy about him on the record. Went and bought his masters too. So you when you talk about Michael Jackson and how he would not yield to the music industry and then beat the trumped up charges on him,
They
when they
had to
tried to get
stop
him.
it
Yes. You know what I'm saying? So listen, at the end of the day, when you got to realize the industry that you're in. Now, R. Kelly was guilty.
too.
We everybody saw it on the video. He thought he could go around
You
keep
don't
doing
think
it.
you don't think Diddy guilty?
Guilty of what is the question?
He's guilty of some of that. I don't know what, but he did some of that.
Racketeering? Do we
Huh?
do we need do go ahead, you got the computer in front of you. What's the definition of racketeering?
Oh no, he definitely guilty of that. But let me look it up for you.
Yeah, look it up.
Yeah, I got you.
What is racketeering?
In legal terms, it means engaging in a pattern of illegal activities to gain a profit, often involving extortion, fraud, or coercion. He already guilty.
What wait a minute. You forget the key line. This is the law, bro. And he got good lawyers. What profit did he gain? You see what I'm saying?
Okay, I got you. Okay.
What profit did he gain? Cassidy was a horrible artist.
But it said it's not a single crime itself, but rather a description of criminal activity that is
And
part of
that's
the
see,
scheme.
and that's what I'm concerned with.
But
The
and
paying the people off
I agree with you. But the fact that he paid her off, what was the money for?
from all them ass whoopers he gave.
Huh.
Because that's everybody testifying to that. You know what I'm saying? Some people lying, some people telling the truth.
What
But the
about
one
the
thing
chick
we
you said
cannot deny,
what about the chick you said he was go he held over the 17th floor balcony, told he was gonna kill her.
again, that's her word against his. There's no proof of it. You know? I mean,
I mean,
again,
he said
man,
on the witness stand,
Diddy is not a great person. You know what I'm saying?
that don't mean you're a criminal.
Yeah. I'm on Raw Report, babe.
You see what I'm saying? I get you, he's not a great person,
No,
but that don't mean he's a criminal.
that don't mean he's a criminal.
I get you. I agree.
And I know a bunch of people been flued out, G. We gonna fly you here, we gonna fly you there. You know what I'm saying? Here, I'm gonna pay for your ticket. Is that sex trafficking? Because if that's the case, they better go ahead and round up about 1 million individuals.
Well, I agree. Let I'm trying to look at some of this news. Something else is going on.
Oh
Did you?
man, it's plenty going on. What you want
I
to
know
talk about?
that. What you got? Talk to me.
Oh man, what about Elon Musk and Donald Trump? They bromance is over.
I can't wait. I can't look. I can't wait to see if Elon go spill the beans because he ready to tell. And
Oh
he got
man.
the so he already telling a little bit at a time. He gonna
Hey, first off, they better stop playing these games. Everybody know Elon a drug addict now. That the New York Post or New York Times done released the article by all of his ketamine and all his other crap that he owned. You know what I'm saying? And
bro.
now
Ain't no.
he's talking about Trump bills. He was probably high. I don't know why you would make that statement, but again, man, I'm just happy to see I wasn't fond of neither one of these individuals. So
Ain't no. Hey, ain't no. He not a woman, but I'm just saying, ain't nothing like a woman scorn. He was born, so you know, ain't no telling what he finna say.
ain't
Hey, but
nothing
I
like
do
a
like
woman
the new name
scorn.
that they gave Trump though. They call him Taco. You seen that?
No, what they tell me
They
about it?
call him Taco. Trump is because they was talking about tariffs. You know how you be talking tough on tariffs?
Yeah.
So they call him Taco. Trump always chicken out.
Oh, they on this trail.
Yeah, they call him Taco. And the
Oh, I did see that. How he,
Wall Street call him that.
yeah, he went off on a report about that in
Yeah, they call him Taco.
conference. Yeah, I saw that.
That's a pretty good name right there, Taco. What's up, Taco? So when Mac go to Taco Crane, you talking about Taco?
Mm-mm.
Shit,
I don't know, man. But hey, it's a very interesting scenario. I'm also interested in the fact that all of a sudden he's talking down against Putin and Russia. I don't know what happened with that. Again, another bromance.
Now
You know what I'm saying?
Putin just told him he gotta get some get back for them bombing up his plane. Did you see that?
No,
Ukraine, they sent a bunch of this is like 2-3 days ago. They sent a bunch of drones over into Russia and bombed up a bunch of Russia planes.
I saw that spider.
Yeah, so now Putin just told Trump, like, hey, I'm getting some get back. So
But again, after Putin had told Trump that he was going to be start talking peace, he went over there and did some attacking on his own. So like again, I mean, if I'm Ukraine, I got to get some get back. You know what I'm saying? I gotta launch some sort of offensive to get you off my trail. So taking out the planes, I mean, hey man, listen. I'm glad I don't live there. I pray for the citizens that are dealing with this. It's not a laughing or joking matter. This is war and people are dying, and I pray for them. You know what I'm saying? But man, these dudes they playing people like it's a monopoly board, G, and that's the part that you know hits me the hardest.
man, they hit everybody hardest, but when they get that kind of money, they get that rich, they forget about small people. They don't even know what small people even deal with no more.
Yeah.
Have you seen uh the NFL, the Chiefs play the Cowboys on Thanksgiving Day?
No, I ain't seen that, man. I'm, you know me, man. I'm a little worried about this NFL season. We still don't got no quarterback, and Mason Rudolph, my quarterback, was just at a Trump rally. So, I, Pittsburgh fans are up in arms, some of them at least. So I don't, you know,
That's y'all quarterback?
man. Right now,
Ugh.
right now, Mason Rudolph is our starting quarterback.
Is he any good?
No,
He said no.
if Mason Rudolph is my quarterback, this might be the year that Tomlin does not finish with a record of 500 or better. Defense is only going to go so far, and Pittsburgh, for the TV ratings, we always going to play the best teams.
I'm glad you said that. I didn't even think about that. I forgot to ask you this. What about them trading Pickett?
Oh man, hey, he was immature. Now, did I want him to trade it? When they traded for Metcalf, I'm like, oh man, we got the best receiver tandem in the league. But knowing Tomlin and knowing the Steelers, we don't pay receivers. So I knew if we paid a receiver, something was up. Right? I'm talking about we let Santonio Holmes go. We let Antonio Brown go. We let Plaxico Burress go. I mean, when you stop and think about it, two of those guys are Super Bowl winning receivers that we let fly. You see what I'm saying? So they don't pay receivers. So when we paid Metcalf, I knew something was up, and that something that was up is we was gonna let go of our best young talent. But he was immature. He'd catch a 30-yard pass to get a 15-yard penalty. Like, come on, man.
Right.
So, at the end of the day, are we a better team? We'll find out.
Yeah, I guess so, man. Like I said, I don't know. I can't wait to see what the NFL will look like this season because it's a lot of ups and downs. I want to see what's going to happen.
So what you
So
gonna be? You an Eagles fan this year? What's going on?
I really don't know. I don't know who I am this year. I got to see. Let me see some preseason first because you ain't finna pin me down to nothing. I'm probably still a Chiefs fan.
I ain't mad at you. Hey,
Uh,
shout out to the Hurts, Jalen Hurts and the Hurts family. Jalen Hurts they got married, or at least he announced his marriage. And I recently, uh, had an opportunity to interview his brother for a job. Um, and so, man, that family is just a stand-up family, well-read family. Um, I'm a big fan of the Hurts family.
That's what's up right there.
Yeah.
Talk to me, man. Tell me, you got anything you wanna shout throw out there before we jump off the raw report? You got any rants you want to do?
I
Something
mean, man,
that's on your
it's
nerves
just it's
for this
it's
week?
it's it's so many things, going on, man. Um, praying for people up Tornado Alley. My family was out in OKC. Shout out to the Oklahoma Sooners basketball program, man. Really appreciate them hosting my son and my AAU team last weekend or 2 weekends ago. That was really cool. Appreciate them, but they getting hammered up there with a lot of bad weather. So praying for the families, up there, man, and just hopefully they safety and a limit on the property damage. But man, I'll be ready for your questions on the Raw Report, man. I know I'll be doing a lot of talking, man. But shout out to everybody who listening, and hopefully we gave you a little something today to walk away with.
Oh, for sure. We gonna give them something. Like I said, it's gonna get better. We gonna keep tweaking it, making it better, finding out what they really want to know. But the thing I would say, leaving out, is just, I guess my question would be to people that's chasing stardom or fame. What's the price of stardom? Like, do you got to give up your personal lives? Like,
Man, see that?
people,
I mean, we back to the Diddy conversation.
but not necessarily Diddy. I'm just saying, just in general. Like, if you're famous, they put your health out there, your personal stuff, your legal troubles, and they just dissect your life day in, day out. Is that
Man, I
really
read
worth
a, I read an article the other day.
it? Mm-hmm.
Denzel Washington told Michael B. Jordan that why would they pay money to go see you in the movie theaters if they can see you out at the club every weekend,
Wow.
right? So what I'm gonna say to people who chase the starter, man, live your life low. You know what I'm saying? You done made it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be out there, everybody seeing you. And Tyrese Halliburton said something the other day. He said, "I'm from Oshkosh, Wisconsin. I went to school in Iowa, and I'm thriving in Indiana. I don't need a big market. My whole family lives in Indianapolis now. I'm listening to the boy talk. Like, it's okay to not be in the limelight. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to not, you know, be the person that everybody's looking at. And I think that that's the one thing that the internet and stardom has done.
When you
It's
just
like,
said that, you made me think that boy was bred for the Midwest.
you know what I'm saying?
Wisconsin, Iowa, and Indiana. That's it right there.
That's
That's the
it. You know
trifecta.
what I'm saying? And he's thriving in that type of environment. And, you know, just because it is something to do out there, don't mean you got to do it. And that people who know me, like, what is Mike talking about? Man, I partied hard. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere I went, I partied hard. But, maybe if I wouldn't have partied as hard, I would have a little bit more than I got, which ain't bad. I'm happy with my life.
I was just getting ready to say you ain't doing bad,
No,
and
by
that's
no
just
means.
stuff. Can't nobody take them experiences away from
Oh, no.
you. Stuff, look, stuff is stuff. That's yeah. But
Hey,
listen,
one of my most memorable experiences was Shaq's birthday party when I was living out in Sacramento. One day we'll talk about that one.
y'all, yeah, we'll talk about it. All right, y'all. Y'all already know what I like to say. Stay real, stay raw, stay grounded in your faith. Until the next time, y'all. I'm out.
All right, Raw Report.